You know what I mean about Kentucky Fried Chicken? I just don't have the energy to do so. But their, I think it's their Instagram. I think it's their Instagram. It's either Instagram or X, one of the two. They follow they follow the Spice Girls and actual 11 herbs on their thing. Those are the only 12 accounts that they follow. So it's 11 herbs and spices. Anyway, whatever. So cool. I thought that was funny, but I don't think I delivered it right. I don't think the delivery was there. You guys, like, I don't know if the delivery was. Shush. All right. I feel like wait, why is this not working? Something new. Something that doesn't work. Okay, let's try this again. Why you not ah, here we go. All right, okay, cool. That's all good. Now you should be able to see it. See it, Brev. See what I'm talking about. Why are you not seeing it? Can someone explain to me? Why are you not seeing it? A spam like button. Thank you so much. That's how I like to see it. Ah, here we go. All right. I think we're good. Cool. Right. All right. That's good. That's good. Do I have to activate anything else? Nope. Okay, that's good. Let me activate these other bad boys, and I get the X going as well. There we go. There we go. Cool. I put 11 spices over the girls, and that'll be a spicy meal. Alvi, I got my first sale. What is it, man? Show me your show me your site. Send me your TikTok channel. We can go from there. Right. Are we cooked, Brev? Brev, are we cooked? Are we cooking these? Right. This is the thing that I need to understand. How cooked are we? Are we like? Are we like? No, seriously, we're cooked, or if we're like, no, 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 Brev, we're not cooked. I need to have a cooked analogy right now. What are we cooking right now? Why is this not working? Someone explain this to me. Why do I have to do this every single time? Can to have a oop. I can hear myself. How's the sound, by the way? Is the sound good? How's the sound going? I got a new why is that not working though? I got a new mic, right? And it's like sounds great, thank you so much. I got a new mic and it should be like, you know, wow. Like it's just next level sound. I mean, it did cost me 250 quid, so I'm not it should be amazing. You should be hearing my thespian voice like nothing you've ever heard before. It should be like, oh my god, you've never heard a voice this sexy in your life. Is that where we're going? I may have gone a bit too far. I was like, what's going on? Sounds so good, I can hear your heartbeat. That's right. That's what she said. But it wasn't sound, it was more of a feeling. Anyway, whatever. Look, all right, cool. Are we cooked or we not cooked? Right? I will say this. Let's start from here. We'll go through a few things, a few understandings about certain factors. Right? Weekly Crows wasn't great. I'm not gonna lie. It's not the greatest greatest close of I've ever seen in my life. I mean, the fact that we saw the somewhat of the bearish all the block happening, and then it, you know, not doing the best close in history, especially sitting right underneath the 21-day EMA, isn't the greatest thing. It looks like there could be a bit more. I can hear the blood flowing through your veins. That mic is so good. Oh my god. Oh my god. I've definitely heard that before. I mean, it's a slight variation the way it was said, but it's I've definitely heard that one before. That sentence is very, 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 very common in my hearing vocabulary of what's happening. What did I just get? Did someone just put a poll up? Oh, did one of the mods do one? Okay, fine. I was about to say, what just happened? The mic is so good I can hear your inner thoughts. No, no, no. The other one was better. Uh, I can hear your portfolio being liquidated. No, that's not what she said. That's not a good thing to hear. Oh my god, bro. Come on. The other one was better. All right, the weekly close wasn't great, right? I'm not gonna lie. This is not the best type of close that we've had. But would we say it's over? It's too early to say that, right? I don't think it's over, right? This is the thing I want to explain everyone, tell everyone. I don't think it's over. Don't get me wrong, it's not the greatest close. We have some real issues that we have to deal with. But somewhat what we need to understand is that the issues are not with the economy. This is the weirdest part of where we are right now, because had we just had the ISM manufacturing PMI, and we don't have inflation, right? I just want everyone to understand what's going on right now. We are not in an inflationary environment. Inflation is not a problem. This should be positive news, and especially as it's manufacturing. So this is the thing that gets this is where you first hear about inflation. This is where, all those raw materials and all that kind of jazz, and the tariffs, and all the boogeymans and all that kind of stuff that's happening. All of that. 1 second. Whew. Been sitting down too long. All of that kind of stuff that's happening, all of that is not here. Send the site to you. Fantastic. Send you on Telegram. I'll put it on my live next time, man. I support my community always. Yeah, so we technically have good news, but the market is going down, right? SBX looks like it's found some support, even though it's kind of doing a bit of a wobble here, right? It's a bit of a wobble what we're seeing, but I would not be surprised if this thing continues up. I would not be surprised at all if this thing continues up, right? I just want you to understand all of these things. What's happening right now, right, is completely and wholeheartedly an effect of two key things. Actually, three, right? And it all stems from one dude, right? It also, why is this doing this? I just said do not disturb. Why are you disturbing me? Why are you disturbing me if I said do not disturb? Oh, God, anyway, whatever. Is ICP finished now? Let me get there. I'm just getting there, right? Right now, that's the thing. So look, we could very, very well go down to and test the 55-day EMA or 50-minute. This 100,000. I think the 100, as I said before, the $100,000 level is extremely important. That there will dictate what will happen. If we lose that level, it could get painful, right? But I will say something, and this is really, really important to understand, right? And this is really a key. So you guys, technically, we're still ranging. Technically, I mean, like we're pushing the boundaries of what a ranging market could potentially be, but where am I now? No, that's not the right one. Yeah, there we go. We're technically within a order of magnitude ranging, right? Technically. Now, if we start losing this bottom level, the 103, like this, I mean, even not even that. I think we need to get even closer than that. 1 second. Let's get this more precise. Should we say that? No, I would say this. No, it's that, right? Technically, we're still in a somewhat of a ranging graph, right? Somewhat. We kind of like not the best scenario, but we're still technically ranging. I mean, that's why I said previously that we need to recover the 114, because that will give a confidence that we're on a recovery. But if we look at where we are right now, we are at the real knife edge of where we are right now. We're straddling what we would describe as a break, right? A break of structure and a key important zone, which I've stated many times before, all the way down to the 104. It could potentially go a bit more, so 103.5. Actually, let's move that. I would say 103.5 now. There, right? 75% no, 25% yes. There's 4 votes. Thank you so much. I'm glad that you guys I'm glad that 154 people completed utilized that. All four of them were very cool. So technically, we're still ranging, right? So once we start losing that bottom level, it starts getting a bit more problematic, a little bit more problematic. And I think, to be honest, it's looking more and more likely in a mid. Okay, now I'm going to be very careful. Relative short term, that potentially the 100,000 it could be there, partly because of the government shutdown, right? The government shutdown is causing problems right now. And what the Fed did, in my opinion, to try to get them to open up, right? Open the government up, it has caused a bit of a problem in the markets, because what he said, the things he said, and the things that the market are showing don't align, right? The fact that he said he might pause rate cuts, that is the real problem we're facing right now, not what market conditions are showing. Because I'll show you this, right? I need, so you guys can see what I'm talking about right now. Let's move this here. Well, let me show you what I mean. Where did this go? That's not it, right? I just so you can understand this. If I can find it myself, or did I just? Oh no! Did I just do that? Did I just do something really silly? Oh no! I think I did something really silly. 1 second. Let's do. Okay, cool. There we go. Good. Is this the largest companies? In fact, all companies are showing some crazy earnings. This move that we're seeing, right, and where people are talking about this bubble aspect of the market, is just not being seen by earnings. The companies are producing literal record earnings at this present moment, right? Record. So the problem lies is unemployment. Because the issue we face right now is that if the Fed pauses what they're doing, when they explicitly said that they the balance of risk is towards unemployment, that's when things go bad, right? When the Fed does this pause, and that pause is happening from the fact that there's not enough data coming into to them, supposedly, whatever. Not the fact that their data that came in before when the Fed, when the government was open, was anyway reliable whatsoever. Anyway, but right now the actual data is showing that not only is inflation coming down, but on top of that, companies are making record profits. Record profits. Every did you guys look at Palantir? Palantir's returns were insane. I mean, it's insane. They're on a tear, even though their stock valuation's 125 times their earnings at the moment. It's crazy what's going on in the market. So what's happening at this present moment is that the shutdown. Secondly, the Fed is wobbling, and thirdly, Donald Trump has to somehow sort this trade deal. He has to sort it out now, because if he doesn't, that is where we get to what I would describe is the VIX problem, the volatility of what's going on right now, and that's what's going on. A balance called this dip today. No, I don't think it's that. Right? I don't think it's that. This is the situation where we are right now. We're getting a spike of the VIX. At the same time, well, we're sitting at a key point on gold, right? The breakdown of this will be great. That's a great thing that we'll work on. But this ain't fantastic. If this breaks the previous high, the 4.172, the 10-year yield on the government bonds, then that's not a good sign. But if we look at what's going on right now, lol, all this doesn't matter. This dump was planned out. Market's 100% controlled, possibly. Right now, if we look at what's going on, we're on a downtrend on the yield, right? These are all good signs. That's a good sign. The VIX spiking wasn't great. The gold looks like it's about to turn over at any second, right? What we're sitting right now is fear, uncertainty, and fear, right? Uh, what's is that Ukraine? Ukraine with you, all time high for Seoul. What do you think? Are you from Ukraine? My wife's Ukrainian. I love Ukraine. Um, and what this shows, this the dollar right now is uncertainty. But I am kind of seeing something here, and there is a bit of a inverse head and shoulders developing here, which could mean that on the weekly, that if we get to here and reject, we could be in for a very serious reversal, right? But what we're seeing right at this present moment is that I really don't want this to break this $100 mark, right? This $100, I mean $100.22. That's a real key point for me, because if it starts breaking that, and then coming back and seeing that as what stage are we in the crypto sentiment cycle? Complacency or hope? Fear. What are you talking about? We're in complete fear. We're not even complacency or hope at this present moment, right? ETH looks super promising, but I'm worried with the amount of longs. Look, I'll say one. I'm gonna get to thing around. I'll say what I will say somewhat short term. If we see a rejection of this point right now, and we're coming in for what could be the third attempt to break this, actually the fourth, was it to be the fourth? One, two, three, fourth attempt, which could be the sign that this breaks through, right? If this breaks through, we're going to be having some problems, not only in Bitcoin, but S&P 500, in gold, all the aspects that you could possibly imagine, because it has an inverse relationship with what's happening in the market. Anxiety, then depression is next, so we're heading down. It doesn't work that way, man. It doesn't work that way. I don't like people that completely relate their whole trading thesis on what could be described as, you know, what the graph shows you in understanding of where we are. This is a situation of what's going on. Now, I will say that if, I mean, did we break? No. I would say, what's the 30 look like? I'll say this, right? If we can regain the 108 142 by the end, maybe a bit more, 108 257, 108 257. If we can regain that, then there could be a somewhat local bottom right now, right? But what I'm seeing at this also is that we're trying to develop the Monday range. So once we understand where the Monday range is, we can have a clearer understanding of where we're going to be. This is what's understanding. What's the latest update about the deal with China, as there is no proposal now? We'll see. We'll see. I think what's more problematic at this present moment is that the government shutdown. It's the longest shutdown in history. And I don't understand what he's trying to achieve from it. I've been taking profits, sorry on. Yeah, well, do what you need to. Do what you need to. But what I will say is this is the thing, right? This is where I am. This is what I'm trying to explain to everyone. It's your understanding of kick is not working. Really? It feels like people are working. Someone just, is it not working? He doesn't want to give in to Democrats. Yeah, but it's going to destroy the market. I will say this. Look, I'll give you a bullish scenario. Should I give you a bullish scenario? Venezuelan war, it's just noise, man. That stuff is just noise, right? What's that going to do with to do with America? Honestly, in what way is that going to really affect America? It's just noise. You look for areas of confluence when and reason why things are going down. That's it. What I'll say is this, right? Do you know any problems with? No, there's no problems with Dreamcast. It's just they're gonna come out when they come out, man. It's not like you do it. It's just a what's it called? You're mining. That's what happens with mining. How long did the base mining thing happen, man? People are still trying to mine the base token. Do you see this week pumping? You said it did a few days. I still think so. Yeah. We have some high impact news coming in. Right now, as I will say very very carefully, is I'm quietly bullish right now. I'm quietly bullish. This is the best way to describe it. My understanding is that there is a real possible chance this thing could go to 100,000. It's possible. I'm not saying it's not, right? That's my real understanding of if it breaks 100,000, then I would say, yeah, okay, we're going into somewhat of a longer term downward trend. We are technically ranging, but you could also make the case that that ranging maybe is that we've dipped below the range. Do you know what I mean? Like we're at this sort of strange place. The one thing I don't like is that we're on the third. We're basically closed the third candle underneath the 21-day EMA, and that creates what you could describe as a bearish order block, right? Which gives me more confluence of the chance of this thing going down and tapping the 55-day EMA, which is about the 100,000, right? And I was there. I would be a lot more bullish than I am if this thing breaks. But we'll see what's happening. Calvin Hill will be killing it. Calvin Hill will be why would he be killing it? I don't understand. Taking this is the last dip. No, there's no such thing as the last dip. There'll always be dips. There'll always be dips. Let's not forget 29.99. Last important date support. Yeah. I put a short in the pro group that hit. Like, I mean, literally, we caught it right there. That's where we caught it. 176. That was the call in the group. Bear market is when Bitcoin crashes below 200-day EMA. You could say that. What time frame are you looking at, though? Right? That's not what. So that's the situation. So bullish. Let me show you the bullish scenario. Right? I'll show you the bullish scenario. All right, I'll give you an example of the bullish scenario. I'm gonna just hold my soul back long time. Yeah, it's up to you, man. It's all up to you. Okay, cool. Let's see. SP. Let's see how alts pump before Sunday. If you are correct, hope so. It's bad now. Yeah. Look. Also suffering. Also suffering because I mean, I gave you guys a understanding of what we're doing right now, right? I said that there is a potential. Thank you for your content, brother. Thank you. No, don't you have to thank me anything. I did say that there is a potential for this thing to go into this block, to this area here, right? And to be honest, there's actually a real case for this because of the way the candle looks. It could still technically get to the 62 level, 62.09. I'll put it here, right? 62.09. I'm gonna clean this up a little bit. There's too much crap going in. Let me get rid of this 1 second. Get rid of that. Is there anything else that I can get rid of? That's about right. Yeah. So it could technically still go to the 62 because of the midweek fill strategy that goes on here. But looking sharp again. Thank you so much. Am I? I feel like I'm tired as crazy. So there is still that aspect going on, but we are technically right now in a very, very, very important period right now. We don't want this to gain acceptance above the 200-day EMA on USDT. Thank God you're alive today. What would you do without your analysis? That's fine. Live your life, man. Bitcoin dominance, yeah. So technically we are sitting above the 200-day EMA, which ain't great. We need this to reverse very, very quickly. All markets fine. Why only crypto going down? Risk on assets are going down, man. Right? SPX is up, risk on assets are going down. Now, if we also look at the USDT dominance, which isn't loading for some reason, right? We are at some like real serious points at this present moment. And Bart, man, you need to stop donating. Like you're amazing, man. It means a lot that you're donating. And let me ask a question of you. You ask a question, and I will answer it. Someone just donated on my YouTube live. That's very, very, very kind of you. We don't want this. Let's go to a bit more of a smaller time frame here. Ew. Oh, man. USDT dominance is teetering at some real problem, right? It's teetering at some real issues right now. So, USDT will touch the top of that triangle. Could do. It's a very it's a possibility. Honestly, I kind of want this thing to turn around very quickly. My British brother, are we cooked? Nah, thank you. Look, thank you so much. It's very kind for the gift. I'll tell you one thing about cooked and not cooked, right? What's your understanding of cooked? What's your understanding? I'm just trying to understand what everyone understands being cooked. Do you mean somewhat of a bearish, like, are we holding hope into the bear market? I, okay, look, you. Let me ask this question: sub 100K. But I do look. I don't think it's gonna get to under 100K. I see no reason for it to go underneath 100K. Right? Game over. And what does game over mean? This is the thing I need everyone to understand this as well. There's no such thing as game over. You just play the markets. If the markets reverse, all liquidity will go to Bitcoin, not alts. So we're cooked. Again, you give so much for free. It's twice as good as giving receive. Man, but appreciate it. It's very kind that you give something. You don't need to. Look, the only way I would say we're cooked, and I want this to understand the best way for everyone to get it. What I would say is cooked, in my understanding, is if something spectacular happens in the SPX. And I mean spectacular. Like, where I would go, okay, we're cooked, is if Nvidia all of a sudden went into administration. That would be cooked, right? So so you can get this. Apple showed growth in earnings even though their sales in Asia dropped. So I want to say this, right? I want to say this. That's my definition of cooked. When the market really like something really bad happens. Like I was pointing towards cooked when the carry trade was unwinding. That's a cooked scenario, right? Right now, it's a sentiment scenario. Don't get me wrong. Even though all right, let me explain to you guys the war. Wait, sorry. Okay. Even though Warren Buffett sold that much, a whole bunch, which usually is not the best of signs, right? But the Warren Buffett indicator, that's the see. There are things here that makes me go, ah, oh, God, man, right? Accept the bear market, bro. Okay, I'll accept it. I fully accept your bear market. I'm gonna indicate it. I'll show you the word Warren Buffett indicator. That doesn't look good. I'll give you that doesn't that's a bit worrying, right? The Warren Buffett indicator is a bit worrying because it's 165% of over. So King of Gold Jam Burner account. Ah, okay, cool, fantastic. Brilliant. Yeah, I've if it is him, I've seen you doing the rounds across anyone that will take you on your live, man. You just stick with your community. Now, look, and besides making the having this sort of anyway, whatever, it's cool. What I'm saying at this present moment is that the buffer indicator is causing a bit of a problem right now. So that doesn't look great, to be honest. But that's my situation. All season already happened last year, bro. NLG, yeah. It's the thing that a lot of people keep talking about it all the time. I mean, it depends what you call about alt season and what your understanding of what alt season actually is. So, do you know the fat cat is burning tokens? Yes, it definitely is. analyze dashboards. I'll have a look. But while I'm looking through what's going on at this present moment, we're all poor. I won't speak for everyone, but wiped. Yeah, yeah, it's difficult, man. Look, don't get me wrong. I'll say this to you all, right? I'll say this to you all. If Donald Trump reopens the U.S. economy and a trade deal comes in, I want you all to be talking in a very, very different way when it does happen. I'll tell you that now, right? Right now, it's a sentiment issue that we're looking at right now completely. The fact that gold is even looking somewhat sketchy at this present moment is telling me that, right. It's not a fear issue. It's more of a sentiment. People don't know where to put their money, and that's why they're holding the dollar at this present moment. Right now, that's the issue. Right now, people don't know whether anything that they put their money into will have any relevance. Partly because of what the Fed said, with the fact that they might not be cutting next meeting, which honestly is the biggest load of bullcrap I've ever heard in my life. He's definitely cutting. There is not a chance he's not cutting, especially as he fueled in a bunch of money into banks at this present moment. He's definitely cutting, and I will not. I will tell you this, right. I would not be surprised if he doesn't cut aggressively from this point on. But all that's the problem. What we're facing right now is without the information, the gain from the government closing, it's not going to be too much of anything really, right? It's not gonna. He's not going to make any decision on that side where he should be front running this rather than the other way around, right? That's what I'm saying. So if it's already happened, how do you explain the charts on the weekly and the monthly? What do you mean? What do you mean if what's happening? Even if that's too late, won't have gains. Not 2, 3, 6 months. Sorry. Uh, oh right, okay. There's been a bear market for 12 months already. Oh, is oh right, okay. I know what's going on. Well, look, um, hasn't been right. So, well, it's what's really interesting that's going on right now. Oh man, that's I don't want to say. All right, I'll leave you guys to do what you need to do, right? But what I'm seeing right now. Okay, Kevi, are you with Jam at this present moment? I'm just asking because I got a feeling that what's going on at this present moment. Yeah, you are. You definitely are. You definitely are. And this is the thing this is the thing that really this is the thing that really makes me really funny about people who capitalize on things that are retracing, is that bears seem to really enjoy trying to gain into other people's lives, that try to keep it into a somewhat safe space for them to talk in this manner. So people will talk about him, people will go and check him out. It's such a it's so toxic when people do that kind of stuff. It's sad, really, to be honest. But whatever, you guys do what you need to do. Now that's where we are right now. The only thing that I would say, yes, I told you, Kevi. I know, man. Don't even try. It's a sad thing to do. Don't do those type of things that I would not describe in that. Steph, have you been able to set up a decentralized wallet yet? So anyway, look, the only thing that I would say, yeah, it's a weird thing, man. Nothing. It's just some guy that enjoys some guy that enjoys when things on a downturn. Um, yeah. So one thing that I would also say that's somewhat key, right, is that we have lost a key level on the total market cap, right? So what we're looking for at this present moment is if there isn't a sentiment change in the market as we look and see what's happening, then a bounce from the 55-day EMA is going to be really important. I'm almost certain it's going to do that, right? All this, I think that uh, um, what was I going to say? Yeah, I'm almost certain that we're going to have a bounce from that zone. So around the 3.25, 3.3 level trading market cap. And what happens on the retrace, which I'm almost certain there will be a retrace, right? What happens on the retrace is going to be extremely, extremely important. US Treasury said that some sectors are already in a recession. What do you mean by recession, though? I don't know. It's not. I don't know who's saying this. I bought crypto this year and just keep it down. It's finding it frustrating, like all the good news China deals. Yeah, this is the thing. Yeah, yeah. Uh, God. Yeah, but what do you mean by recession, man? Look, I'll tell you. I need to understand this right now. Right now, there is no signs of a recession. I don't care what anyone says. What sign? We need to have various. If you look at the key understanding of what a recession is, there has to be key zones of negative growth, and we're not seeing that anywhere. I mean, like the Fed in themselves, right? Themselves have said that this idea of what people talk about as a bubble is not sitting right within in the market. They have earnings, man. It's not like a growth in a lack of earnings market. Earnings are skyrocketing at this present moment. What the issue is, what's the serious issue that we're facing right now is a sentiment. It's what the Fed is going on. It's what's happening in the markets, in the external markets, and what unfortunately is what the Fed has said. You tell me this, right? You ask me. You replied to me in what I'm trying to say right now. If the tariffs were announced yesterday to be sorted with China, and the Fed said that would continue a cutting cycle, would we be here? Just curious. Why? Why? Why would we be here? Explain to me why. What did this? What did that? What was that wick about? What did that? Ask me this question right now. What did this at this present moment? No liquidity yet in crypto. We got no liquidity. We do have liquidity. It's just the liquidity is not going on into risk on assets at this present moment. We have a month-long shutdown and we're hemorrhaging jobs, and the Fed is acting like we're not. That's the problem. That's the problem right now, Eli. Thank you so much. Look, you need to understand that's a Trump tweet right there. The last, hey, that reaction, to be honest, was somewhat good. The last Trump tweet did that, right? Let's not forget what we're playing with at this present moment. Look, I'm not saying that we're not. Powell was just sour. He loves being the mystery box. Yeah, well, you can blame Trump now. I don't know who runs bags more, the owl or the orange man. It's the fight between that. Not the fear index is just an analysis of what's going on, right? The fear index is what's happening at this present moment. I just want to say you and every other influencer was wrong. Jam called everything perfectly. Oh my god. Let me ask this question to you, right? Um, when people talk about this, right? This is what really really bothers me, right? He was talking from January, right? From January, he was talking about it. So you're saying that You're saying that 40% is he was right about the 40%. Is that what you're saying? Oh my god, it's just it's you know what's going on right now, and this is so it's such a like anyway whatever. It's such a sad state of affairs, right? That he needs to gain followers in his group, and he's just trying to jump on other people's lives. I saw him on a person with like 20 people talking about what's happening. It's such a hilarious situation right now, bro. Don't be so thirsty, man. Honestly, it's hilarious. Um, where we are right now, as I was saying. So this is the situation where we are right now. We'll see. We'll see what the rest of the week happens. There's a lot of uh 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 yeah, no, it's fine. Like it's just it's no what's going on right now. What's going on with Jam at this present? If you notice that he's jumping, him and his group are jumping on a bunch of lives to try and get people into his group, right? That his paid group, and it's just sad. It's just like it's bro, man, come on, give value, bro. That's it. Other than saying it's cooked for a year. Uh, who's Crypto King? Crypto King is amazing, man. I love Crypto King. Although his insults, I mean, one person knows. Only one person here knows. Uh, only one person here knows the insult that Crypto King gave me when I was trying to recruit him for a project. And oh man, I don't know. I hate him, but he was right. How is he right? How is he right? My God, you would have missed out on 1,000 opportunities. Why is he still here? I want everyone to understand. Like you guys need to look at. So why is he still here? Why did he disappear when things were pumping? Just, please, just stop talking about this dude in my man. I'm just gonna ask you to you also to disappear. This is the thing. You guys need to look outside of the understand. I'm just gonna stop talking about why are you making me talk about this dude I care so little about. Honestly, my God. Just whatever. Whatever. All right. Look, that's the situation where we are right now. So we'll see. We'll see what's happening at this present moment. I think that there is a possibility that there is. Can you tell me more about TTN? I will do. I'm gonna get to that in a second. The platform's really good. I'm gonna be checking out. Yeah, exactly. Fair value. Yeah, completely the case, right? The industry is so toxic. It's insane. It's insane, man. It's unbelievable. Like I've never seen anything like toxicity. It's and the thing is, he's an influencer that's pushing that. Your job is to anyway. Whatever. It's fine. Whatever. Yeah. So look, this is where we are. So there's a high chance that this thing could potentially hit the sort of the 100,000 level, especially on the weekly, right? Because we're developing in the third week underneath the 21-day EMA. Let's see what happens at that point and where we go from there. Just like being amongst good friends, like no, whatever. You don't have to say that. Thank you so much, Monkey. I've never ever known such an emotional roller coaster when it comes to investing. Yeah, it's a bit of an interesting one. That uncertainty comes from the Orange Man himself. I will say that to all of you guys, right? This is really really important to understand. All of these wild swings, wholeheartedly, is happening, right? Can you give us? I'll give you updates on all three of those. Um, all of these now. I hope it does hit 100K, so I close all longs eventually. There's a possibility it could get there, right? I've been saying it that the 100,000 is the key level to look at. That level there is going to be very, very important. It's held it several times before, and we can go from there. I mean, I will say this, right? I will say this. You have a crypto family here, and you're on your side. Yeah, look, whatever. I don't care. I don't care when there is the like if someone has done said something correct and someone said that someone's not correct. Whatever, it's all good. I just don't like it when they're like coming into other people's things to just try and shield their own crap, man. It's just such a sad thing, anyway. When I see all of you chat stressing to feel less bad about my portfolio, don't worry. Whatever. It's look in cryptocurrency and where we are right now. There are moments where you will feel like it's over. There are moments where you will feel like it's over. It's happened several times before, at least twice before right now, right? Real moments where you're like, it's over, and then it's like, it's over, and then it's like, it's over. I will say it's over, right? When you know, once the government opens up, the tariffs are all sorted out, and if then we're still going down, yeah, I'll understand that. I'll believe that, right? Then that'll be something that I'll be wholeheartedly believing in. But right now, people are trying to find reasons for why the market is down or why something is overheated or why things are going in the negative direction. We'll see. We'll see. All eyes on S&P 500. That's it. All eyes. The fact that we're holding the 21-day EMA at that exact bank told me number is really interesting. What's that banging? What do you mean? What's that banging? It's probably that. So that's where we are, right? Who's reporting my comments? No one. Wait. Why did you say something? If you said something bad, it's TikTok themselves will report it. Thought on all the recordings. Yeah, really good. Got TikTok. What? I don't. Oh my god. Don't compare other crypto guys to it's so much better. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Got to head off. Thank Oprah tonight with the going. Oh, nice, cool. Enjoy, Punky. Most of the odds are down 50 to 90% from the local tops of last year. Yeah, but you need to understand, compare them to the inflationary tokenomics, see if there's any inflation level to that. Their previous highs may not be something that's achievable because of that. Now, I hope you like publish more videos like and these for. Oh yeah, I will do. Today's the only day I haven't published the only time in the past 2 years I haven't published something on the day. QT is still ending December 1st. Yes, it is. It is. Oh my god, honestly, it's just yay. Right. Hours what happened to with the old season. Got reports for saying so the bull market. Yeah, it will do that. TikTok will do that. You can't say things like that, right? You cannot say anything on that level on TikTok. They will ban you, man. Be careful with saying anything like that. I like for Bitcoin to hold the weekly 50. Yeah, I think it will. Let's see if we'll get there first, right? Because look, I'll say this: if we just to do a small little play, right? If it's possible, if we can regain this 108,257, there is a real possibility chance that this thing could have somewhat of a local bottom. But let's see where it goes. Let's see where everything goes from there. So let's see. I mean, at this present moment, we have produced what can be described as a higher low and a lower low, right? That's not like that in it ain't great, right? But we are still within range at this present moment. But I'll say this: if we lose the 100,000 level, and I said that a few days ago as well, that could be somewhat of a longer term markdown. But I would say the longer term markdown would probably be around the. Uh, it depends. Look, so if we 1 second, if we break this trend line around the 95,000 level, if we break that, then that would that's the end of the bull market, for sure, if that happens. That would most probably there would be the mark of the end of the bull market. If it loses this trend line, that's the mark of the end. That's completely the end. That will indicate a massive drawdown, absolutely enormous drawdown, right? So you're 50-50. No, I'm quietly optimistic on Bitcoin, especially. Alts, on the other hand, are suffering some real problems at the moment. Real problems, because the break of For alts, if it loses the 50 day EMA, that 905 51, then we start getting some real problems in the alts. And the problem with the alts that we're facing at this present moment is the Bitcoin dominance is going to be it's going to be eating some real problems into it. I thought it could go, to be honest, it could break, and as I said, it could go up to the 62%. Now, if we look at some other factors, the key indicators that we're looking through, SBX depends. If this rolls over and breaks 21-day EMA, then we're gonna have some real pain, right? DXY we looked at. Gold, if it starts regaining acceptance above the 21-day EMA, we will have more problems. In fact, all assets. This being my first rerun is so tiring, man. I feel like an idiot. I'm worrying I'm not gonna watch it go down. I haven't sold a penny, but if it goes down for me lately, so I'm tweaking. It's up to you. Look, I want everyone to understand this, right? I want everyone to understand this. If you are, I think you're right about May. It could be. If you, look, it depends on your risk profile. It depends on your risk profile. It depends on your liabilities. It depends on what you're investing in. That's my key factors I look at. If we see this rotation between gold, between the liquidity markets, between look, I will say this. I'll say some other key factors to you, right? If rates gets continue, money markets are worth nothing. If gold starts breaking down more, that rotation of money is going to go somewhere. If the DXY starts to going up, it means that the market is wanting to hold cash on the sidelines to go in when it needs to find the right time. I've turned 13K so far it hits. Yeah, a lot of people are down. Look, I'm not surprised. A lot of people are down. There, you need to understand this. Like when we get bullish news, the market is uncertain. This uncertainty in the market is so high, right? It's so high at this present moment that people are not sure where to put their money. There's investor block that's going on at the moment. The issue is that SBX is at such a astronomical run at this present. People are believing that people who got in around here will take profits, and that will yank it back down. And it could do. It could go all. There's a real possibility this thing can go to 6,500. There is a possibility it could do that. I'm not. But it's all relevantly dependent on what the orange man is saying, because this move in the S&P 500 is wholeheartedly justified. It's a justified move. It's not speculation. And I'll say one more thing about Bitcoin right now, right? Open interest is tanking. And when open interest tanks, it's usually a good sign, because it means speculators are leaving this industry. That's a good sign, right? That's a good sign. If we look at various other things as well, there is over $8 billion worth of shorts above if Bitcoin goes to 125. 8 billion, right? We're not talking about small. There's massive levels of liquidity above. If we look at some other key factors, right? I just want to. I'm putting some numbers here so you can understand. The ratio between short and long is a joke. The amount of people who are shorting this market is crazy at the moment. And, I will say this, right? If we're looking at a development of what we would describe as the Monday range developing, and there is so much liquidity above, like astronomical liquidity above, markets don't like inefficiencies like that, right? They're here to grab as much liquidity as possible. And when we start getting to a point where the longs and the shorts are starting to equalize, and the liquidations are starting to rack up, and we're getting so if we get bullish news from Donald Trump, and the trade things over, and we get to a point where the government finally opens again, so the Fed can do their job, which is hilarious what they're saying. They should have front run the problem, because unemployment is a real problem. That could run away very, very quickly if they start messing around. But let's see. Let's see right now. Let's see what happens, and let's see what's going on at this present moment, when we will understand what the market will hold once the Monday range is developed. Because look, right now there's still a lot of opportunities you can play with. And if you're a long term a swing trader, then you need to understand what's happening. Because right now it's not fantastic. I will not lie. It really isn't the most fantastic scenario at this present moment, because we are losing some key level. We're on the verge of losing some real key levels. Doesn't mean it's over, but once we gain some proper levels, then we can understand that better. As I said, the 100,000 is my number. If 100,000 starts to break and goes down from there, then you will see a very bearish me. Because there will be a point where things are getting very, very ugly. Let's see. Let's see where it is. I'm still I'm still bullish in my understanding of where the why is that not working? Yeah. Why? Where did that go? What? Ah, my lines have gone. Anyway, let's draw that again. I will say this as well. That's weird. Why is that gone? Uh, as of when this guy single-handedly liquidated who? They still bullish on the four. Who? Who single-handedly liquidated? Oh, you mean Donald Trump? Yeah. Do you think the market cycle, as we know, is 4 years over? I don't believe in the 4 year cycle for sure, right? I don't believe in it because right now we are wholeheartedly. Did that go? It's weird. Yeah, I'll draw it later on. I'll draw this later. I can't be. I can't. I think it's just. I don't know where it's gone. It's so strange. Anyway, um, uh, when you see bull market over and tops Bitcoin price, I would say we have a 4 year cycle until we let BlackRock in. More into the institution. Look, I'll say this right, and let me show you this. I'll show you something else as well, so you guys can see that we are wholeheartedly right now. 108.2 is your let go signal for longs. Uh, what do you mean? If there's an actual military action, not just threats in Venezuela, Colombia, there could spook market. No, they don't care about that. Markets don't care about those things. For that, they don't care. CME gap in the 90s. What if it's just a week down to there? Would you still be bearish? If I see price action change accordingly, I mean, if we look at the CME gap, what are you talking about? Which gap are you talking about? What is going on with my computer? You're talking about this one here. Possibility. I mean, if it gets down there, it starts getting very, very hairy, though. I will say that. That's a very, very hairy thing. Dash is up 28%. Oh, yeah, that's a worry. When you start seeing, things like, you know, God, dinosaur coins like that start running, that makes me feel, it doesn't make me feel strong, right? But at this present moment, let's see. 100,000 is my number. That's my number to see where it is. If it does go to try and close this gap on the CME gap down here, that would be wild. That would be a very, very scary movement to happen. But look, if Fed starts cutting and we get to May with, I would say if things get really, really bad, let's just say terrible, let's say all the worst case scenario of things happen, I would say you'd have to wait maximum until May. Maximum. Absolute maximum until May. If that was the case, if you want to do anything on that level. Let me show you something else, right? I want to show you something. Let me show you something. right now, I did a video about it, but no one watched it. Obviously, I love it when people not watch my. Where did I put my? Is it here? I can't find it. Right now, what we see, what bullish catalyst will propel prices? The shutdown being closed, and then on top of that, having a trade deal. I promise you, I will promise you, those two being settled will change this feeling that everyone is happening like you would not believe. Why should I have them to go through a major drawdown? Even though, even thinking about taking out my spots. Look, it depends on your time profile. Why is TikTok and your YouTube different? Because on YouTube they don't allow me to show what I'm showing you guys. Is a 10x Bitcoin long at what are you talking about? 102.500. Why are you doing 102.500? Why are you doing that number? I wouldn't do that number. What are you waiting to see here to decide which way the market's heading? 100,000. Oh my god, honestly. That's not me in the messages, by the way. Right? That's not messages in there. So what I will say is this, right? Is yeah, 100,000. If we break the 100,000 level, then I'll start getting bearish. But at this present moment, we will see. Did we already get a trade deal with China? No, we haven't. We had a conversation of maybe talks were good. Let's see what happens type of situation right now. Bitcoin was crashing. Some mark my words. Possibility. That's not me in the chat, by the way. Just so letting everyone know. I don't write those kind of things. It's like the scammers come out in real force at this, don't they? Uh, I do. I have the if the moderators can do that kind of thing. Thank you so much, though. I appreciate it. Uh, is it me or is there some issue with the stream? What stream? What's wrong? What issues with the stream? What the mom? Man, so honestly, stop it. You're very kind. You don't need to do that kind of stuff. Um, Kick is not working. Really? Is in the master? Honesty, bro, stop it, please. You don't have to do that. What happens if the Supreme Court decides against tariffs? That'll be huge. That'd be huge. But the problem with that is that if the Supreme Court decides against that, Lamar, man, brother, stop it. Honestly, you're giving too much. Honestly, way too much. Um, um, bro, you're too kind. If the Supreme Court starts to decides against tariffs, right? The markets might actually tank more. This is the reason why. The reason why is because if the Supreme Court decides against tariffs and says that they are not legally allowed to do that, Lamar is absolutely insane, man. Honestly, you have this world, right? If they decide that, then the USA will have to pay all those tariffs back. The problem with tariffs, you can't just deem them illegal because they'll have to pay them back, right? That's the issue. But yeah, market's red today. Let's see what tomorrow brings us. Let's see what tomorrow brings us. But it does look like the 100,000 level is looking somewhat primed to be hit, even though we have market conditions that don't rely on this being the case. Just resolve the tariff already, Trump. Yeah, that's it. It's not even the tariffs, man. They need to open up the. Did you hear that? Oh, by the way, did you just see? Did you hear the? What was his name? What was that guy's name? Oh my god, that's such a hilarious story. One second, I'll bring some happiness into your life. This is the funniest thing I've ever seen. Right? One second. Uh, uh, 1 second. This is the one. Where is he? Oh yeah. Did you guys hear about the Cash Patel issue with the jet? I just want you guys to not Jim Crane. Did you hear about the Cash Patel? Just watch it. Look it up on TikTok. You'll laugh. You're just like he flew, he flew his gun. God, just watch it. It's amazing. He flew to see his girlfriend with a private sort of U.S. government private jet to see his girlfriend talk. To give me some relief in crypto help. What do you need, man? What do you need? At this present moment, it's just we're in a wait and see scenario. We really are in a wait and see scenario right now. After a tweet that can do something on that level, it's gonna be the market's gonna be somewhat shook to and not be in the best state of mind to invest into this market. Took her to a concert too. Yeah, he did. And then he's like, what's wrong with you guys, man? What's what's wrong with you guys? What's happened? He flew her to a concert on taxpayer dime. Yeah, well, the government's closed, so how do you know that anyone can understand anything? Are you selling everything again? No, I don't sell anything. I will always hold my soul ETH and Bitcoin. I'll always hold them. My analysis for that is way. I bought them at a astronomically low price, so I will say that to you guys, right? I know I'm looking at Dash. That I don't want to look at Dash. Don't tell me about Dash, right? I don't want to look at Dash right now. That's my problem. I don't want to look at Dash. I don't like when legacy coins do those type of pumps at these type of moments, because that's when that's like top vibes. So I don't want to talk about that at this present moment. I'm trying to be calm. Trying to be calm. So that's that situation. That's where we are. At this present moment, I'm can you look at I don't want to look at Dash. Why would I want to look at Dash? It's gonna make me depressed. I don't want to look at Dash. I know it's doing well. I know it's doing very, very well, right? Just don't want to look at it. Because it usually means top when legacy dinosaur coins pump like that, it's very very top signally. That's my issue. I mean, it's wild, by the way. The call on I said like around here is where I think uh uh Asta will go. It might be a good place to get in, and then when rocketed and people sold the absolute crap. Let me look at Dash, right? Let's look at Dash. Let's see what Dash is up to. Let's see what's happening with Dash. All right. Oh man. Okay, look, I want to say something about Dash right now. What's happening? Usually these things run in threes, right? These type of runs, these type of wicks run in threes. This is on the fourth one, so I'm expecting some form of an inefficiency pullback to happen. I'm just saying that, right? I'm saying that a pullback to 80 is potentially on the cards here, right? Potentially. Is it too risky to short? I'm not gonna say do that. That's not in my remit to do so. But if we start seeing some weakness in the lower time frames, it might be worth checking that out. You know what I'm saying, Brev? I mean, at least to at least to 101. I mean, I'm thinking maybe possibly could be a good play. I'm not saying do that though. It would not be my. I could be wrong. This thing could go to 160, but I would be cautious in that assessment. Is the odds natural when they go uptrend again? Is it no? It's what's happening. Like I just what's happening with the alts right now, especially with ETH breaking that 200-day EMA, which ain't great. Yeah, I mean the break of the ETH 399, and to be honest, if the 399 goes, it goes all the way back. It will retrace the full pump of this market that will happen. Whether it will, I'm not too sure. I'll short the market. Market will pump. I mean, like I really want to that to me that would be me pressing the short button, but that's just me. I don't know. I don't know. I could be wrong. I would most probably be wrong. Don't listen to me because the market could turn in any second right now. Like when they this much of a pullback happens, there usually is some form of relief rally that will happen after this point. We'll see. What were we talking about? God, I really want to show that so badly. No, no, I have to do the. I need no. I don't want to do that. All right, cool. Where are we right now? That's where we are. I mean, like if we look at Solana, that break of that trend line was a huge move. Man, we got caught that absolutely incredible. I'd reckon we're dropping to at least I think 100,000. I think 100,000 is definitely possible on the cards here for sure. I mean, if ETH does not recover that 200-day EMA, that could be worth a short as well. Like a lot of alts at this present moment, where are in problematic areas, like real problematic areas. I mean, uh, when a lot of liquidity is up and why it dumps we go down. It's not. We don't have the liquidity. You don't understand. Look, alt season, alt season, all that kind of stuff happens when we have excess liquidity in the market, right? Alts are in a free fall. I mean, when Bitcoin pulls back, alts will pull back, right? That's something that you guys really need to understand. When those, should I put the short on this? Should I risk it? I mean, it still does look potentially strong. I think a test of the 101 is a definite. What kind of a risk profile is that? One second. It's an 11% move. Man. Anyway, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do it. If you zoom out, it's still an uptrend. It's not that it's an uptrend. Hey, Alvarez, what's your take on Bitcoin dominance for the next 2 months? I'd wait for Asia Open personally. Monday is often a false. Yeah, it's Monday range needs to happen. That's why I said. By the way, you guys should definitely all like. If you want some, I don't know why people. I think sometimes I need to like charge for stuff or something. I don't know what it is. Oh, by the way, we need to do okay. We need to do a moment silence, right? There has to be a moment silence right now, and I want everyone to be very clear, right? It's tempting, but I'm not touching any leverage right now. Yeah, it's very tempting. Um, I am Richard Whiteley, former Countdown presenter, just watching the stream with Terry Wogan. Fantastic. Um, I'll say this: we have to have a moment silence right now, and it's really important because today was announced that the best trader of all time is stepping down. So we have to have a moment silence for Nancy Pelosi because someone of her stature and her the P&L that she's created over a lifetime, which has beaten every trader in history, uh, is now not running for another is now is now not running for another term, and we salute you, the best trader in history, Nancy Pelosi. All I and that with a 200,000 yearly salary. She is She has, for the longest term, helped us with insider trading. Most have mo- she was against some of the worst insider trading and voted against most of them. Voted on the bill to ban Donald Trump from having any involvement in cryptocurrency. Uh, Pointing towards she, the fact that she, the fact that she didn't, the fact that she didn't trade, but in an interview said, "I tell my husband what I tell my husband what to buy, and he buys it," meaning that she's not insider trading, it's just the husband. Oh, God. Anyway, so she's out of it. And also the guys, I just want to say something to you, right? You all should join this thing. I put my thoughts and stuff in there at a regular basis and what's going on, what my things are. It's doesn't cost you anything. If you're an ex, just go and check it out. Honestly, it's a really really simple thing to do. But okay, moment silence over for the best trader in history. It's really really important to understand that fact. Do you believe mid-November the government open? I think it might be this week it opens actually. God, I should have taken it. Okay. I think this week it will open. I would not be surprised if it's not open. Is it over? Over Alvi? 100,000. If it breaks 100,000, I'd say it's real real bad. Government opens up. I think government might open up this week. If this starts going here, I'm gonna be real. Anyway, take the trade and down. No, 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 no. This there's strength and stuff. Just watching it so I can see how wrong I am. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Sell everything. Look, it's up to you. Look, if you guys don't, if you if you're in this industry right now to make the like a short term type of play, then yeah, go for it. If that's what you believe is the right thing to do. Thoughts on the market right now? I can't believe we're this low on alts. Yeah, alts are having a real real problem. There's no look, you guys need to understand that for alts to really run there needs to be excess liquidity in the market, right? Which there is. I mean, like, I want everyone to understand that M2 money supply is still ramping up. It's still wait, where are we at the moment with Bitcoin? I mean, my entry was amazing. In the program we entered here, right there, anyway. um so that's where we are right now. There's no excess liquidity in the market right now. And not only that, there's massive levels of uncertainty, which the orange man is trying his best to do. Sorry, I'm just all right. Okay, so XRP to 70 cents. I think XRP can get to 10,000. Forget 70 cents. What are you talking about? It's definitely get. Oh man. Anyway, uh, why am I torturing myself? I'm gonna go into this, and then now everyone's gonna be like, "Dash is going to crash." Are we doing this on live? Anyway, look, let me get to a few other things, right? A few more things I want to talk about. Let's talk about a few things. First things first. The the bow. Where are we here? Right now. Okay, let me show you this. Uh, what's up with Dream? I have 5 million. It does nothing. It's you guys are farming, right? It's a farm. Sometimes when I bring things, I feel like I shouldn't. Okay, cool. Whatever. It's all good. It's all good. Everything's fine. It's fine. I don't control them, right? It's not my project. That if you go into the X, you'll be able to see all the things about them. Whereas the market is very scary, bro. Yeah, it's very very scary. It's very very scary at the moment. key things have been broken, and at this present moment, until I will say this, right? It's 50. Bro, don't do that. You'll get liquidated. You will get. Don't do that. You'll get liquidated. Honestly, don't do it. Um, what was I saying? I'll say this, right? This is the thing that I will leave for everyone to understand. Uh, is this when the markets have pulled back this one, you shouldn't be shorting things. That's all I'm gonna say. Uh, um, is this when we're getting a pump right now until the trend changes? Every pump until it breaks trend could be a potential reversal. Just make sure you understand that. Now, one thing I will say, one thing that's really, really interesting to understand right now is that Fat Cat is doing a massive burn. I'm burning everything, all of my supply, the whole aspect of what's going on. 85% of the supply is going to be burnt. The first amount was broken. Every single burn is going to be put here on evidence, and there's another one happening today. So I'm going to be posting another one here. Make sure you follow Fat Cat here. You'll see what's going on, and all of these type of burns that go on is all bullish sentiment for this project. And once the supply gets down to what could only be 15% of the supply to be played around with, that's going to have a huge effect on what the price action of this product will be. Do you believe the downtrend will change in November? If Donald Trump, if the government shutdown closes and Donald Trump comes to some sort of tweet of the issue with China, I would say the whole market will change. You will see God candles everywhere, everywhere. You need to understand there's over $8 trillion waiting on the sidelines. It's not like there isn't liquidity in the market. It's just the liquidity right now is not being directed to where we are, to risk on assets. This is the issue that we're facing. Trump son bought Bitcoin at 100K. It's not going to go down further. Oh, God. What's no, man? DVGZ. What's no? I'm just curious. One more thing that I will talk about is thoughts on Watermute suing Binance. I have no idea. I haven't actually looked into that. Absolutely right. Thank you so much. What do you think of Solana going? I bought Solana really. I bought Solana really, really cheap. But I will say something about Solana. If it loses this level here, the 1.57, I would say it could potentially retrace full stack back down to 125, possibly. Solana's going to $80. I don't think so. No way. I don't see that. If things go really, really bad, maybe, but I don't see that. One more last thing I'll say is that if you guys want to check out VeChain, if you have VeChain, you're looking for a way to gain certain access and gain rewards and do other things that I can't talk about. I have 10 wallets doing this, right? And then there's NFTs that you can actually stake from it and gain rewards from it. If you're gonna be holding this for a long term, it's something that could really, really be beneficial for your long term portfolio. Check them out. You can check out app.stargate.vchain. You can also check out the VWorld wallet that basically describes what you can do, what type of ecosystem is there. It's really, really interesting to see what comes out from that point there, right? Now, a few last questions for you guys to talk to me about. Tell me what you think. Where are the $8 trillion in the money markets, man? Money markets and on the sidelines. There is an insane amount of liquidity out there. It's just they're not looking to see a way. They're not looking to put it into risk on assets. That's the issue. That's my problem right now. We'll see. We'll see what the day closes. We'll see where the Monday range develops, and then we will go on from there. XBS still got a pump. I would not be surprised if this thing goes up more. I would not be surprised. I know it's not the time to discuss the individual coin, but I would appreciate you thoughts on Doge. I would say between this, how much are you down in Alt Alvarez? Look, I take my alts portfolio on the side is not. I have a few long term aspects on it. Can you lend me a tenner to buy the dip? Of course, Lee, no problem. Um, so I have some short term projects that when I make money, I go in and out and play in that way. My long term, uh, potentially on my long term herds, my Bitcoin is doing very very well. That's not really too much of a issue. My ETH is still doing very very well. I mean, it's down. It's still doing very very well. I mean, when it was getting down here, I bought around previously around here, around the $1,000, 1,002, something like that. So I'm super up on ETH. My Sol I bought it at like $18, so I think I'm fine with Sol, right? It's not a problem. I mean, I still play with my money on the side here as I do these type of things. I put them into the pro group if you want to check it out, and if you want to do check out on the X. But you know, no man, good. I might take that trade. We'll see. In your opinion, do you think that Pith is a good long term hand, meaning a few years? Could be. Look, I mean, we have to look at the tokenomics. Let me just see. Let me just see. Anyway, check out that story. Go to TikTok and write. You just check it out. It's hilarious. You kind of like, bruh. Right. Let me look at and then I'll get off. I'm in Portugal with Joshua Gray this month. It should be good. What? I'm coming to see Joshua Jake. Reverse 2-bit. Do you know Joshua Jake? What? I'm in Portugal with Joshua Jake. You're talking about? Yeah, we're business partners. Yeah, I'm coming to see you. Message me out. That's hilarious. Yeah, I'll be there. Yeah, yeah. Sorry, we're having a moment right now. 1 second. Everyone just like do amongst yourself. Damn, small world. That is a small world. Message me afterwards. We'll chat about that. Is a small world. Wow. That's insane. Yeah, I'll be there. We already booked the hotels and the flights and stuff. That's wild, man. Anyway, we'll talk something. Just long story. Yeah, message me afterwards. That's a weird. That's a strange. That is such a small world. I'll be there. Fantastic. Come join. It means a lot that you're on my live, man. Honestly, I appreciate it. It means a lot that you're here. I like Joshua. He's a real locked on dude, man. I don't care what anyone says. What was I talking about? Me too. Guys, stop. Guys, stop. Didn't China and Trump agree for 1 year? Yeah, it's did they agree? Did they agree? I don't think they agreed. All right, what was it? You say pith, right? Uh, where are we right now? Right, let's go and check this out. Look up pith. All right. Everyone, a short dash will be now. If you everyone do that, then it's gonna be a problem, right? No, is that the right one? Is that it? No. All right. Look, the best way to see if something is long term, right? To see, it's just go to DeFi Llama, right? You look at Pith, and you can actually quite understand what's going on here, right? So fully diluted valuation, understanding FTVs here. If they're actually making any money, you need to look at what's the TVL like? Hello, is there no details on this? Come on. Yeah, so this is a bit inflationary, man. it's a bit inflationary. This is the problem, right? Uh, Sometimes being chosen, like that's hella inflationary. Oh my god, it's a bit inflationary, bro. Some people just say he's a paid actor. Who you talking about? Who's a paid actor? I know what you're talking about. I pay actors. I don't get paid. Sad times. Is it? It's market. Huh? What's going on in crypto? Yeah, it's just market sentiment's bad. Yeah, so this is the problem with it, right? So when you have something like when you have something like uh, you know it's a bit inflationary, right? But what that means is that they're gonna be selling on your ass for a long time, right? And they have just go to it. Honestly, it's really easy. Just look at go to DeFi Llama, put the token in, and it just gives you all the informations here, right? How much money is it working? Is it actually making money? Is the developers growing? Is there there's a whole bunch of stuff you can actually. I'll do a video about it, in fact, right? So you guys can understand. I mean, in fact, I did do a video, but no one watched it. No one likes to watch my videos when I give information. I only like it when I go, "Oh my god, this token is amazing. I've what I found there," that kind of thing. But when I give information, they get bored, right? So that's the situation. What's your thoughts on a bullish 26 to 27? I think it's going to be very. Look, I'll say this, right, and this is Scott. Thank you so much. I'll say this, and I say this to everyone. This is what I want to say. Once liquidity returns into the market, which it will, there will be a point where this happens. There's only so much time that there's been a lack of liquidity in the market due to high interest rates. Where we've had one of the largest um, um, we've had one of the largest periods of high interest rates in history. Liquidity is a problem, and there are companies that are desperate to look for it. At the same time, we have massive levels of uncertainty, although inflation doesn't seem to be a problem anymore. It's more of a dire economic problem due to employment and unemployment. Once those things can be sorted out, I think that this market is going to be changed. And I will say this right now, right? I genuinely believe that once that happens, we will be in for a year long season. That's all I would say, and I will leave on that note. Right? That's it. All right, guys. Lots of love, affection, all that kind of stuff. Let me just check what's Dash doing. God, I want to short that so badly. And we can see where we go from there. All right. Lots of love, affection, all that kind of stuff. And we will catch you guys tomorrow. Let's see what the Monday range holds. If things are looking difficult, I will be updating it most probably in the pro group. And if not, in the group on the X. So you guys should definitely check that out as well. All right. Anyway, I'll catch you guys later, and we will see where it goes from there. All right, peace, 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 peace. Take care, guys. All right, let me turn this off. And for you, go 1 second here. And for you guys on the other side on YouTube and X and everything like that, you guys have been awesome. Make sure you check out Fat Cat. We're going to be doing another burn tonight, and it's going to be burned until 85% of the supply will be gone. That's it. Simple as. Best way to see it from there. All right, you guys are incredible. Take care. Let's see what happens. No toxicity. We're only here to try and have some fun, trying to do a few investments in the meantime and see where it goes from there. All right, peace, affection, love, and all that kind of jazz. I catch you.